Hey everybody, it's Tanya Kersey, the Filmmakers Success Mentor and the founder and executive director of the Hollywood Black Film Festival. And my new title, which is the founder and CEO of the Breakthrough Filmmaker Success Academy. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about that in a little bit. But first, I want to get into this topic about, 5 tips that you guys really need to know if you want to engage professionals on social media that you want to work with. Now, I get hundreds of emails like every week, and I am just shocked by some of the messages that I get. People saying, could you introduce me to an agent? Can you help me find some investors? I'll give you a percentage of what I make from this great film idea if you would go out and work for me as a producer, all kinds of things. And I just got one maybe about an hour ago. And that's what really prompted me to do this Facebook Live, because I was like, oh my gosh, not again. And the thing is, a lot of people get angry. And, it's like they get mad and they get nasty. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't go into the business like this, doing this. This is not going to work. So I really want to, give you guys these 5 tips that will really help you in terms of being able to reach out on social media and, talk to people, introduce yourself to people, meet people. It's called networking. Okay. So the first tip is when you reach out via social media, you want to introduce yourself first. Tell them who you are. Give them your personal pitch. Everyone should have a personal pitch, which is who are you and what do you do? So you want to do that first so they know who you are. I can't tell you how many people, get onto social media, send a message and don't even introduce themselves. And you have no idea who they are. So you want to make sure that you do that. Okay. And really make sure you give them a good idea of who you are, so they'll know who you are. I mean, they don't know you. So you've got to be able to tell them in such a way that they're interested in getting to know you. So don't say I'm the best this or I've got the best script. Really work on your personal pitch, because you're always going to get that question of who are you and what do you do? So you should have that nailed down so that you can answer that anytime that question comes up. And you can answer it in a value-added way so that people actually want to work with you. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is you want to briefly share the story behind your project. And that's not, it's a story of how it came about, what it is, something interesting about it. I've been working on this project for 2 years and, finally getting it off the ground. I mean, something where people get that you're a hardworking filmmaker that's really out there trying to make things happen. So that's a way of introducing you to them and they know who you are. And let's see, you also want to include, okay, this is a big one. You want to include, say your name, first of all. People forget that. Even though your name is, attached to the message, you want to say, hi, my name is blah, blah. Say the name of the film or TV project. You'd be surprised how many people don't do that. So say the name, tell them what it's about, give them a conversational log line. Don't just give them the log line that you have written down that's going to be in print, but say it in a conversational way so you don't sound like a robot. If it's a TV show, you want to tell them it's, a 1-hour drama or it's a 30-minute comedy. If you've got any cast attachments or, cast that you're thinking about, whatever the value-added items you have for your pitch, you want to include that. And if it's for a film, you want to tell them the genre, and, the approximate budget or, whatever you think is right for the question that you're asking. But you can't just get on social media, send an email and ask somebody questions and not give them any background, because they can't make a decision that way. So it's really important that you do that. Okay, that's number 2. Make sure I didn't forget anything because I wrote it all down. Number 3 is don't talk about how great your project is. I know you think it's the best thing since apple pie, but everybody says that. And it's the first sign that you're really green. So you want to make sure that You let people know what the project is about without being so gratuitous about, your project, saying it's so great and everything. Just, you could say I wrote a strong script or what I think is a strong script, but don't talk about it's the most unique and the most this and all of that. That's not going to fly. I get that a lot of the time. Okay, number 4, this is a big one. Don't ask for favors from people that you don't know and who don't know you. Don't ask if they can introduce you to an agent, or do they have some investors that you could talk to? Anything like that. Or do you know this actor? Can you reach out to them? Don't ask them for any favors. People have to know, like, and trust you if they're going to do anything and go to bat for you. So you want to make sure that they really know what's going on. They really, have an idea of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and without asking for favors. And this goes back to really knowing people. You should have a hit list of people that you want to connect with associated with your film project. So, you want a general hit list for all the people you want to network with and add to your inner circle. But for this film project, if you're thinking ahead and like where you want to go, what network or what studio, you want to start to put together a hit list of people that you need to connect with. They're going to be able to help you. Okay. And so you just want to be really careful when you're asking for favors. People aren't going to go out on a limb for you if they don't know you. So really get to putting together that networking strategy. That's so critical. It's one of the most important aspects of making your film is all the people that know you and that and that you've created, because they can also help you get the project moved to another level. Once you know how to talk to them, like we're going over right now. Let's see. And number 5 is don't offer anybody a percentage of your profits if they work for you. I get this all the time. If you could just come on board as a producer, I'll give you 50% of the profits. I mean, just it's craziness. That doesn't work. You've got to, if you want to bring a producer on, I suggest that you have some money to pay them. No producer is going to want to work. A well-known producer is not going to want to work for you if they don't know you and they don't know what you've done. Okay, because it's like slave labor. Literally, you're asking someone to do all this work, and first of all, they don't even know if you can pull it off. So, I mean, this is all about networking at the end of the day. You really have to know the people that you're talking to, but you can't ask for favors like that. You can't ask them to read your script or watch a trailer or watch a movie, even that. I mean, who's got 2.5 hours to go out and watch somebody's movie, They just don't, and they don't know who you are. Why would they do that? So really, guys, think about this. This is a business. This is a person who's a business person that you're talking to, who's in the industry. You're trying to get with them because you want to include them in your inner circle. So you want to make sure that you are, how would I say this? You want to make sure that you respect their time and that you respect the fact that they're a working professional. It's like, don't go to somebody who's a coach and ask them if they could talk to you for 15 minutes. They're a coach. I'm a coach. So, you have to obviously pay my coaching fee if you want to talk to me and get all that information. I don't understand, how so many people don't get that. And that's really leaves people with a bad taste in their mouth, because nobody's going to talk to you like that. You have to think of a way to get what you want, and do it the right way. Create relationships, build relationships. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Good. So you want to just make sure that you do that. Those are all the things that are going to really help you. So let me go over them again. I've got my list here. Tip number 1 is when you reach out via social media, you want to introduce yourself first, okay? And you want to give them your personal pitch. Number 2 is you want to briefly share the story behind your project. how it got made. You want to include the project's name, if it's a 1 hour drama or a half-hour comedy on TV, what genre it is, if it's a film. You can't just say hi to somebody, can you introduce me to an agent, and not give them any information about the film. So make sure you do that. Then number 3 was, don't talk about how great your project is. Everybody does that. Everybody thinks they have a great project. So you want to make sure that, you're humble, and you let them know that you've been working hard on this project. You think you've got something here. You'd love it maybe if they'd look at it or something like that. But you don't want to be really pushy and just ask straight out, can you do this? That's not going to fly. Number 4 is, don't ask for favors like we talked about. Don't ask them to introduce you to an agent or introduce you to a studio or producers. You have to remember, these are people whose reputations are always on the line. So they're not going to go out on the line for somebody that they don't know. So you have to be cognizant of that. And that's why you need to create a relationship. So then they know, like, and trust you, and they feel comfortable with doing those things for you. But just to shoot somebody an email on social media that doesn't know you and ask them of something, whether it's a connection, a phone number, their time, you just can't do that, guys. You really can't. You say hello, say, I really love your work. I'm looking forward to one day doing yada, yada, yada. Make it nice, but don't just come on and ask them to do something like that for you, because it's not a good look, and people will remember that. Okay. And then the last one is, don't offer somebody a percentage of your profits from the work that they're going to do. So that means, you want them to come on board as a producer of your film, and you're going to pay them from the profits. Okay. And they're the producer, so they're bringing in the money. It just doesn't make any sense. You have to have money laid aside so that you have some good faith money if you want them to come on board as a producer. There's so many people out there in the industry, so many well-known filmmakers. Why do they want to go with somebody they don't know? They don't know anything about their project. They don't know anything about the person. And they're going to dedicate, 6 months to 18 months working on your film project for no money. When you look at it that way, it makes perfect sense. So any questions from anybody? Let's see. Hey, Duncan. Martin Jones. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? Wow. Okay, so what I was talking about were the 5 tips, and it will be on the replay, of how you really connect with people on social media, how you make a great first impression, how you reach out to them, how you talk to them, and what do you say. That's really critical. And for those of you, who are looking to do networking in Hollywood, you can go to, I have a filmmaker success store. It has some great, really affordable products that can help you. And one of them is creating your filmmaker networking strategy. And there's a couple of other things there, but you can go to it's bit.ly, bit.ly/filmmaker-success-store. Okay, again, maybe I could put it in here, right? I'm kind of getting used to this stuff. bit.ly, let's see, oh wow. Can someone put it in for me? bit.ly/filmmaker-success-store. Okay, and if you have any questions, I would love for you to join my free Facebook group. It's called the Breakthrough Filmmaker Success Support Group. And you can join it. You can ask questions there. You can get engaged. But just make sure that if you join, you participate. That's just really important, that you participate so people know you and you'll know people. So you'll really work towards building that network. And go to my success store. Again, that's bit.ly/filmmaker-success-store. And check out all the wonderful products that I have that are really helpful. I've worked really hard on a lot of these products to give you the information that you need. And the networking strategy, that product is amazing. It's like a 7-day course. And there's also something, I get a lot of filmmakers who ask me if I can read their script. Okay, and then I tell them the cost. And they're like, nah. Okay, but I do have something, and it's called the first 10 pages. And if you guys don't know anything about the first 10 pages, those are the most important pages that people want to make sure that they are really, really good, because that's as far as people often get. So there's some information in the Filmmaker Success Store. I believe there is an audio talking about the first 10 pages. So in lieu of you paying the big bucks to get your script covered, just do the first 10 pages. Because I can tell you that I can read the first 10 pages and I could tell you the rest of the script. I could tell if it's going to be good or not. And most industry people reading scripts can do the same. So it makes, well, why spend the money to get coverage? Find out if you're on the right track and go get an evaluation of your first 10 pages. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And I will see you all soon. Let's see, did anyone else come in? Hey, Gerald. Oh my gosh, it's great to see you guys. Talk to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.